What if the house you bought to protect your family is quietly becoming the thing that traps them? That's not a thought experiment. That is stagflation's central move, and most Americans have never been warned that it even exists. You think you understand what rising prices look like. You think it means your groceries cost more, your gas hurts more, and eventually the economy slows down enough that prices come back. That is inflation. That is manageable. That is what the textbooks describe. But stagflation is something else entirely. It's inflation that refuses to leave when the economy stops growing. It is the fire still burning after the oxygen has run out. Nobody designed the financial tools you have to fight both of those things at once. They were built for one or the other. Never both simultaneously. Here's how the mechanism actually works. Inflation rises. The Federal Reserve raises interest rates. That is the only serious tool they have. Raising rates makes borrowing more expensive, which slows down spending, which is supposed to cool prices. Logical, clean. Except, in a stagflation environment, the economy is already contracting. People are already losing jobs. Growth has already stopped. And now, you've just made mortgages significantly more expensive on top of everything else. That isn't a solution. That's a second wound. The numbers aren't abstract. A 3% mortgage and an 8% mortgage on the same house are not variations of the same experience. They are different financial lives. The monthly payment difference can exceed $1,000. Think about that. That's a car payment, a month of childcare. The difference between a household that functions and one that does not. When that number changes, buyers don't gradually adjust. They disappear. Most homeowners are looking at the wrong number. They're looking at the nominal price, the figure on the screen, the estimate on the app, and they feel protected because that number hasn't fallen. That feeling is the trap. If inflation runs at 6% annually for 5 years, the purchasing power equivalent of what your home was worth has moved significantly faster than your home's price. The number went up. The real value went down. Quietly, invisibly, while you felt fine. There's a name for this, the nominal illusion. And stagflation is extraordinarily good at sustaining it, right up until the damage is already done. Landlords are caught from both sides, too. Costs rise. Insurance, maintenance, materials, property taxes, everything subject to inflation is spiking. Revenue stalls. Tenants are working class and middle class Americans whose wages are not keeping up. The ceiling on what rent the market can actually bear is lower than what the cost structure demands. The landlord can't easily raise rents, can't easily sell, and can't easily wait. Every month, the walls move a little closer together. Then, construction stops. Developers can't sell what they build, so they stop building. That's exactly what happened in the 1970s. Housing starts fell from over 2 million units annually to under 1 million by 1981. That isn't a slowdown. That is a freeze. And the supply shortage that freeze creates doesn't just go away. It persists. It compounds. It shows up as a massive price spike years later when demand finally returns. But the inventory was never there to meet it. This has already happened on American soil. 17% mortgage rates, a 50% collapse in housing construction, real home values declining, while sticker prices held steady. These aren't projections. These are documented outcomes. They happen to real families in real American cities. And those families didn't see it coming because nobody explained the mechanism before it was too late. The most important question you can ask yourself right now is not what your home is worth. It's what your home is worth in real terms. In a market where buyers may not be able to afford to show up. A market with no buyers isn't a healthy market. It's a market in suspension. And suspension does not last forever. The financial system wasn't designed to explain itself to the people living inside it. Understanding the mechanism isn't a luxury. It's the only form of protection you have.